anyway, let's get to the topic at hand. We're talking about Jay-Z and this deal that he got with the NFL, Roc Nation and the NFL. Now, a lot of people feel a certain way about it. When people heard about the deal, people are like, uh-oh, this looks funny style. What kind of deal does Jay-Z have with the NFL? Because look, the NFL, they're going through a PR nightmare right now. Their ratings are down. With the whole Kaepernick situation, these owners are running around here looking like slave owners, so they're looking like a white supremacist organization. A lot of people are not rocking with them. They're looking like a racist organization. They've been making comments about sounding like slave owners when it comes to the players. They did not do right by Kaepernick. And people are looking at them a certain way. They have a certain cloud over their heads. What the NFL should have done, they should have done right by Kaepernick. Now, Kaepernick wants to play. Some people say he shouldn't. Some people say it's okay. If he wants to play, let him play. That would be the right thing to do. If the man wants to play, if you want to have a great PR move, let him play. But see, the thing is, this is all about maintaining white supremacy. This is all about maintaining white supremacy, saving face. White supremacy is not about doing the right thing. The right thing would be apologizing to Kaepernick, letting him play. That would be a beautiful PR move. The ratings would go sky high. Now, some white supremacists would be mad, and those white supremacists include the owners. White supremacy is all about domination, getting your way, good, bad, right, or wrong. You understand? So instead of them doing the right thing, see, you got to understand how white supremacy works. White supremacy, it would be cheaper for them to do the right thing. It would be cheaper and more cost effective and better PR for them to allow Kaepernick to come back. That would be cheaper to do. But they would rather lose money. They would rather give Jay-Z a bunch of money just so they can say, hey, we didn't bow down to these niggas. See, this is what this is about. This is about maintaining white supremacy. This is about us not bowing down to the niggas. That's what this whole thing is about with the NFL. We don't want to have our Negro slave players break us and make us concede. We want to still be in control of the narrative. We want to control the niggas, and we want to save face and save our image. So how do we save our image without conceding to the niggas and not look like the flaming racists we are? Well, what we have to do, we need to get a reputable mascot. That's where Jay-Z came in. Now, let's be very clear. I like Jay-Z. Jay-Z has made great deals. Jay-Z has done good things. I like Jay-Z's music, and I've defended Jay-Z many times. This one, I cannot. I cannot defend this. Because this is not some kind of savvy business deal. Because when Jay-Z did the deal, people were looking at him like, okay, what's up? Explain what's going on here. And we were waiting on a great explanation. That's my thing. If you do a deal like this, there has to be an excellent explanation as to why you did this deal. Let me say this again. There has to be an excellent explanation as to why you did a deal like this. You better come out explaining this shit and hitting every point, and it better be making a whole bunch of sense if you make a bold move and do a deal like this. Okay? When Jay-Z did the press conference with Roger Goodell of the NFL, Jay-Z was nigga-splaining. Goodell was sitting up there looking like a damn plantation owner, and Jay-Z sitting there nigga-splaining, man. It didn't look good. And I tried my damnedest to give Jay-Z the benefit of the doubt. I tried my damnedest. This did not look good, family. It just didn't. And look, Jay-Z's done some things before. Let's be real. Jay-Z has kind of done stuff like this before, but we've looked at it from different angles to justify it. Even deep down, we know that it's kind of janky what he's doing. We can still try to dig for an angle to justify it. We've done that. Me too. I'm gonna be real. This one, I just couldn't do it. I can't even lie to myself on this shit. Let's be real. Remember in Brooklyn when they were getting the Barclays Center and all this stuff going on? A lot of the black people there were saying, hey, we need some of these jobs that are going to be created. We need some of the jobs. There was a big thing about the black people of Brooklyn being a part of that. There were some legitimate complaints that some of the people weren't getting hired. Some of the people in that area wanted some of those jobs, and they wanted to be a part of the economic boom that was going to come from that. So instead, what they did, they just got Jay-Z and started parading him around, and the Nets and all these folks start parading him around as a quote-unquote owner, so that black people could live vicariously through him being a quote-unquote owner. And we thought, okay, if he's an owner, Jay-Z is going to create a whole bunch of shit for us, and that never happened. Let's keep it real. That never happened. And then he owned like some real crazy small percentage. So basically, he was a mascot. Just keep it 100. And even with Obama, when he was running around with Obama, taking pictures with Obama, Obama's dusting his shoulders off. Oh, Obama must be cool. Jay-Z think he cool. Obama didn't turn out too well for black people either. You dig? You feel me? So this whole thing, when Jay-Z get in there, man, we just gonna have to wait. It's that same shit with Obama. Obama, we just gonna have to wait. We're gonna be waiting forever because they ain't gonna do nothing. They're not doing anything. They're using them as tokens and mascots. People in Brooklyn waited for Jay-Z being an owner of this and an owner of that, and nothing materialized from it. Let's just keep it 100. Let's just keep it 100, family. I know I like Jay-Z's music too, but let's keep it 100. We ain't got time to be sitting up here waiting for somebody to get something popping. Even though I've been posting up this whole thing about Jay-Z on my social media. There's niggas in there like, we just gonna have to wait and see. Jay-Z gonna get on there on the inside. He gonna get on the inside, and he's not. What is he gonna do on the inside? First, he's not on the inside. He's just a mascot. He's not on the inside.
What happens? They want to know how you could partner with the league on social justice when Colin Kaepernick, who brought it to the attention of the masses by peacefully protesting against social injustices, still out of a job.
Yeah, that's a great question. I think that I think we take it back. I think that we forget that Colin's whole thing was to bring attention to social injustice, correct? So in that case, right, this is a success, right? This is the next thing, right? Because there's two parts of protesting. You go outside and you protest, and then the company or the individual say, I hear you. What do we do next? Right? So for me, it was like actionable item. What are we gonna do with it? Like everyone heard, and we hear what you're saying, and everybody know I agree with what you're saying. So what are we gonna do? You know what I'm saying? So reach millions and millions of people, or we get stuck on Colin not having a job.
Dude, that was a non-answer. I mean, that was a non-answer. That was nigga-splaining, man. Let's just keep it 100, man. That was nigga-splaining. Well, you know, you're protesting, that's one thing, but what are you gonna do next? And and he's stammering and kind of unsure what he's trying to say. Well, what are we going to do? Okay, what are we going to do, Jay? That's the question. What are we going to do? You going to answer a question with another question. Brother, we asking you a question. What was the purpose of you doing the deal? Well, protesting, that's one thing. And what are we going to do next? What's the next step? No more kneeling, and we are, we gotta. The fuck kind of answer is that, dude? That's why he lost me on that one, because basically you can't say what the real deal is. Basically, I'm using this to get a bag for myself. So say that, Jay. This is not no savvy business deal. This is a finesse. Let's keep it 100. This is a finesse. Jay is finessing. This is not a savvy business deal. You dig? Jay is stepping in there. He sees that people are going after white supremacy as far as the NFL, and he's like, well, shit, let me use this to be the Negro whisperer and get a bag for myself. That's all it is. Let's stop acting like he's going to go on the inside and do something. He's not. He's not on the inside. And if you want to get a finesse bag, okay, knock yourself out, but your credibility is gone now as far as doing things to challenge white supremacy. This is a bag for himself. So basically, Jay-Z is on he's a hip-hop Al Sharpton. You talking all vague, actionable actions, items, we have to do more. So what's next? I mean, he sounds like when Jay-Z is talking, he sounds like,
I just want to say, can we all get along? Can we get along? Can we stop making it horrible for the older people and the kids?
He sounds like Rodney fucking King. Can we all just get along? When everybody's up in arms and everybody's protesting and everybody's challenging white supremacy, the Negro who just got a check comes in and says, can we all just get along? He done turned into Rodney fucking King. They done gave him a check, and now it's can we all just get along? I mean, notice the same voice inflections, the same cadence, the same, the coon spirit, the coon conscious fucking with you. You're not even sure your words because you know it's a buck dancing butter biscuit grab. You dig? That's exactly how Jay-Z sounds. Can we all just get along? This is a finesse, bruh. So let's stop acting like this is some kind of big time savvy business deal. Jay-Z is basically Candace Owens with a fitted cap. It is not a benefit for black society whatsoever. It is not a benefit for black society whatsoever. Now people will say, well, what you doing? Because there's a lot of coons out here who, dusty ass niggas, they'll do the same thing. They don't give a fuck about black society. They'll try to get the bag too. But the thing is, Jay-Z is supposed to be selling his credibility. And if you selling out your credibility for the bag, well, you have none. So you're not eligible to be taken seriously as far as justice and challenging white supremacy is concerned. Some people will say, well, damn, what would you do, Tariq? Why you hating on Jay-Z? These are these old beehive, bussy swole niggas. Why you hating on Jay and Jay-Yonsei? Why you hating on, you just hating? Nobody's hating on Jay's damn Z. But no, nobody gets to play this game with black society. We're not going to play this old unsure, talking in circles. We don't know. Well, behind closed doors, I'm doing good things behind the scene. I can't talk about it now. The white man sitting up here looking like a slave owner, sitting up here grinning, looking at you, and you can't say nothing. That whole con game where, look, I can't say nothing around this white man, but with behind closed doors, when nobody can see, I'm really doing some good things behind closed doors. No, you're not. You're not. If you can't say what you're doing with that guy right there, then you fucking around. If you can't say what you're doing with the guy you're sitting right here next to you, you're just messing around. The name of the game in this is calling out systematic racism against black people. That's what Colin did. You're supposed to extend that. The name of the game is to keep extending that. Keep calling that out and to produce justice. That's what's next, Jay. The next step is to produce justice, not to get a personal damn bag for yourself. The next step is to produce justice. How do you do that? Especially with the NFL. This is how you do, Jay. Jay should have came out and said, hey, okay, look. There was a lot of protests by Colin Kaepernick. He initiated this and created a movement calling out racial injustice against black people. So there were some missteps the NFL took. So you're going to have to make them accountable. You're not going to give them a pass. The NFL made a lot of mistakes. The top brass made a lot of mistakes, but they are atoning for their mistakes. So we're going to work out a deal to show you that they're going to change their ways. They've given me some resources so that I can go out here and help create some black businesses for black people to create an economic base for black people that will help ward off some of the racial injustice when it comes to the criminal system. That's how you come out talking. That's how you come the fuck out talking. You come out there talking black. Colin did that. Colin was talking about the racial injustice against black people. So you come out talking black. Don't come out there stuttering and stammering and asking janky ass questions.